Hello, welcome back to Steve's Retirement Corner. A new month, a new retirement goal. My transition into retirement. This is just something I'm doing to kind of smooth out my transition into retirement a little bit. Now, my transition is I'm a newbie in retirement, extremely new. I just only like I'm about midway through my second month, to be honest with you, and I'm still in what they consider the honeymoon stage, I guess. But honestly, I never had a honeymoon stage. I don't believe. I must have skipped that step. If I did, it couldn't have been more than a day or two. To be honest with you, I didn't get that rush of a great feeling or whatever by retiring. I just didn't. But my thing is that normally when I'm finished with something, I kick it to the curb, and very seldom do I revisit it. I just don't. So once I left work, my work life is behind me as far as working for a living. You know, that's just the way I am. But I have a tendency to set little goals or big goals or whatever, and then I develop a plan to meet those goals, and they never work out. I mean, once in a while I get lucky, but they're always adjusted to the situation at the time is what they are, or either the goals adjusted maybe if it has to be. What's that saying? They say God laughs at man's plans. One of my favorites was I heard Tyson say it one time. Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the mouth. I like that one. But but what it does for me is it gives me some kind of direction. It allows me to instead of floundering around, I got something I'm striving towards, I guess you'd say. It kind of allows me to build my own purpose or passion in life or in retirement. Instead of going out there and having to find it or figure it out or hunt for it or whatever, I'm developing it as I go. Sort of like I don't know if anybody on here watches old Joe Coombs on here. He's a good fella. Uh, I've sent him emails and stuff, and he's gotten back to me every time about a question I might have. He's a good fella. From what little interaction I've had with him on here, he's all right, boy. He really is. But he talks about having levers to push in the bucket strategy all the time. If things get out of whack or you want to know where to pull money from, you know what lever to flip, and that's what this goal goals and planning does for me. It's like in January I was still employed. Technically, I was still employed. I didn't work that much, but I was still there. But my goal was to get a routine down, a morning routine. Get up and have breakfast, do my little exercise, and take a walk, stuff like that. Get my day started off good. And that, so far, that has been the best thing I have done, and it has really, it's worked out like a dream. It really has. And last month, due to my miscalculation, I never thought about my sleep patterns. I thought once I retired, it would naturally slip into a normal sleep pattern, and I haven't. It never worked out. So I put a little bit more effort in it last month. Started working on it, but I don't normally sleep more than 5 or 6 hours at a time. I just don't, and I don't know if that's my natural sleep rhythm or if it's just from decades of working swing shift, and I just haven't shifted it back. And it's gotten a lot better. It really has. I typically have about one night a week where I have a rough time with it. that leaves me with problems because if I go to bed at 10 o'clock, that puts me at like 3 o'clock or so in the morning. I'm getting up, and when that happens, usually I'll go ahead and get up and I'll come on down the hall and do a little reading or something, about an hour or so, and then I'll try to go back and lay down. Sometimes I can go back to sleep. Most of the time I can't. But if I hang in there to midnight or 1 o'clock, that puts me 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning getting up, which is a good time to get up, but I got to wait so long to go to bed. So I'm working on that. But for this month in March, I'm working on my weight. Now I'm not that big of a fella, to be honest with you. I'm 5'10", 5'11", maybe. I usually hang in there about 210, 215. Usually I hang in right around in there. And but if you look at that body mass index, I mean that puts me obese. Now I admit I got a little bit of a T belly, but I mean nothing major. I don't really put much stock in that daggone thing, to be honest with you. But I would like to lose about 20 pounds, get down to about 195. So far, the refrigerator ain't been no problem for me. I hadn't gained any. But I'm going to have to start thinking about that this month. Probably, I've never had no problem with it before. So I'm going to have to figure things out on that. I don't know, last week or so, maybe the week before, I started cutting my dinner plate down. Use one of them salad plates, like a 6 inch, 8 inch maybe, or whatever. You get that big dinner plate, and then you get the salad plate, and then you got a little saucer for like your coffee cup. It's kind of that middle plate. Well, for kicks, one night I got one and I filled it up like I would a full size plate, and this stuff was up like that. I was telling the baby, I says, I think I might have to start cutting back a little bit, babe. I'm gonna go to these smaller plates. She looks at me and she says, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. So, but that's what I plan on putting a lot of work into, and I ain't looking to lose all that weight at one time. I mean, I got months to worry about. A couple pounds here and there is all I'm looking at doing. It just taking a step towards that goal. That's all I'm looking to do, just improve on that stuff. I still got to work on my daggone sleep. So, but this is why I said a few months back I was going to handle my retirement just like working. If I had a particular area of my job that I wasn't comfortable with, I didn't think I was doing up to par on, I would put a little bit more effort in that and try to improve on it. And that's the same thing I'm doing here at during the retirement. I'm trying to build a retirement lifestyle because this is a whole new lifestyle. I'm trying to build a retirement lifestyle where when I get comfortable in it, everything will come normal. I won't have to think about anything, or it'll just be a normal life for me, is what it is. Right now, everything's new and strange. So I'm working on the deficient areas, and this is the way I do it. Now, everybody's retirement's different. You might slide right on in, and I've done pretty well, I think. Uh, it's just one way that I'm trying to smooth out the transition a little bit. That's all it is. But I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna give a few months before I realize anything's gonna be actually whether anything's actually working or not. But this gives me something to do to try to fix things that I might have a concern over. Kind of like stitching time saves nine. If I got a little problem now, if I work on it, then it won't be a bigger problem later. I don't know, my thoughts. Well, y'all don't forget to turn your clocks at an hour ahead this weekend. And enjoy your weekend. Should be a good weekend. We'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be good.